What if the real thing killing your productivity wasn't dopamine, discipline, or even laziness, but something invisible, a hidden force inside of your brain that's silently sabotaging your best intentions for success? But once you fix this, it'll solve the core reason why one day you're exceptionally productive in your business and the next few days are just a complete loss. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to overcome this hidden force and rewire your brain for effortless daily execution so the real work gets done with clarity and focus every day without burnout or relying on willpower. This shift transformed my own results, and I've helped dozens of entrepreneurs do the same. Let's dive in. So you did everything right. You cut the social media, you took the cold showers, you even went full monk mode, and it worked for a bit. Then your performance slips. You're back to procrastinating on the hard but essential tasks, getting distracted by notifications, and just getting lost in easy, low leverage work that doesn't move the needle. So what do the productivity gurus tell you? They tell you it's dopamine, you need more discipline. But that's just surface level thinking, because the real problem isn't dopamine. It's the part of your brain that controls your behavior around dopamine to begin with, and that is your subconscious identity. If your subconscious, your limbic system, the mammal brain that controls your emotions, motivation, and neurochemicals, if that part of your brain is not aligned with your goals and the version of you who achieves them, then you will always self-sabotage. The moment things get stressful or difficult, you will revert to your old habits that wreck your dopamine, kill your productivity, and compromise your business growth. Dopamine detoxes, the cold showers, the app blockers, the Notion templates, all that bullshit never lasts for you long term, because it ignores the root problem. And so the solution is to rewire your subconscious so that deep execution on what matters becomes your default. When your identity matches the outcome that you're chasing, that's when you naturally choose the work that actually moves the needle. Seeing yourself as the type of person who is ruthlessly consistent with the work that matters, and anything less is disgusting. Once you rewire your subconscious for that, that's when you experience the real shift. That's when all the dopamine behaviors and everything will align for you. And that's when you unlock real flow states, because you're actually just by default living and making decisions in a way that supports your goals. And you will naturally reject the distractions and the dopamine sucks that sabotage your business growth and sabotage your productivity and just kill your confidence and consistency. And this is when execution gets easy, because it's just who you are. It's not something that you force. And if you look at elite entrepreneurs like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, or anybody else that you admire in business, this is how they operate. They don't try to focus. They're not forcing it. They're effortlessly focused. They don't rely on perfect mornings. They show up and they get the job done no matter what. And they're just simply the type of person who does the hard work regardless of the conditions around them. And that's what makes them exceptional. That's what allows them to win when all of their competitors were not able to. It's not about productivity tactics, tools, and apps. It's about becoming the version of you who doesn't get distracted, the version of you who naturally chooses the hard work, rejects the cheap dopamine, learns how to relax in the face of stress and master their emotions, the version of you who chooses to naturally wake up with clarity and bang out 3 to 5 hours of deep work before even touching your phone. It's the version of you that prioritizes recovery and high quality sleep every day so that you wake up sharp and focused and able to push the needle forward in your business maximally. And it's the version of you that chooses the high impact work over the little easy stuff that doesn't matter every single time. That's not about discipline. That's an identity level shift. And if you don't rewire this, you'll stay stuck in a cycle of inconsistency where you'll ramp yourself up and really commit to change, only for everything to fall apart and for you to fall back into your old patterns that sabotage your business growth. Because deep down, your brain associates the work that you avoid with stress, failure, or discomfort. As long as that misalignment exists between who you see yourself as, how your brain interprets the work you have to do, and what's required for your goals, as long as there's that misalignment, you'll always sabotage your progress, no matter how much willpower you use, no matter how long you try to be on your dopamine detox. And it's not because you're broken, it's not because you're lazy, it's not because you lack work ethic, it's because your subconscious doesn't feel safe doing what needs to be done. Once the hard work feels like home, that's when the real transformation is unlocked. That's when the results are truly unlocked. Here's a very simple protocol that you can implement today in order for you to start aligning your subconscious identity to reinterpret the work you have to do so that you're able to effortlessly focus and align all your behaviors automatically. First thing is you need a crystal clear objective for the next 12 weeks that you're really committed to. Now, the second thing here, clarify who you need to become. This is the epicenter of all of your behavior. Like I was saying earlier, if this is not in check, then nothing else will stick. You'll always make excuses to just check your notifications real quick, and you'll just keep falling back into the same behaviors where you're getting distracted while doing important work that's going to grow your business, where you're effectively sabotaging yourself and your growth. And it'll also lead to just procrastinating on the stuff that you know you need to do, but then you end up not doing it, which leads to not experiencing the growth and the success that you want. And so in order to avoid all of that, we have to be clear on who you need to become in order to achieve your goal. Because what I've learned, and a really hard pill I needed to swallow, is that your business will never outgrow you. Every single limitation in your business is a personal limitation. And the sooner that the entrepreneur accepts that as a fundamental reality, the faster they're actually able to spot and identify their weaknesses so that they can level up very quickly. But here's the thing, right? Get clear on that goal and who you need to become. What are the beliefs, skills, and habits that version of you that achieves the goal lives by? Then ask yourself, are you living by these now? Are you living by these beliefs, skills, and habits? And the answer is likely no. And that's perfectly okay, because the first step here is being aware of this gap. Because once you're aware of this gap, you can start to close it. And so this gives you a very clear identity target. And this is going to be the reason to upgrade and show up every single day. Because if you do this correctly, this is the person that you really want to become. And this is the person that's going to guarantee your success. And so what you can do is you can create a list of what are the beliefs that new version of you has, what are the skills that they have that you currently don't, and what are the habits that they're doing, right? You want to make a list of these. And so you want to get clear on this, and you want to review this every single day and start to create systems and routines and rituals in your day-to-day that model who you want to become. And when things start feeling difficult, you remind yourself of who you're becoming. And so the third key here of really rewiring your subconscious identity is to face what you're avoiding. You want to be clear on the tasks that you keep dodging, because those tasks are very likely the tasks that are going to lead to the most growth for you. So you want to get clear on what are those needle moving tasks that you're currently avoiding right now. And then you want to ask yourself, how does that new version of you handle that situation? How do they handle those tasks? Rewire your emotional resistance to the task. Whatever resistance or limiting beliefs you have with the task, you want to be able to write it down and get clear on what's the mental virus here stopping me from doing the thing that I need to do. Things that you avoid are the things that are going to cause you to just fall off and ruin your performance, right? It's why you'll have a strong dopamine detox going, and then everything just falls apart and your productivity is gone and you're sabotaging your growth. It's because there's things in your mind that you're not dealing with. And so this is where we get clear on what are those things that you're currently not dealing with. And then once you deal with them, you release that emotional energy, you release that space in your mind, you clear the clutter out of your mind, and this is what allows you to actually focus, and you're not stressed out every single day. And most entrepreneurs don't realize they're stressed out every single day until they do this kind of exercise and they realize how much more calm, clear, focused, and more rational they are in their decision making after they do this. This is how you start doing the hard work regardless of how you feel. And again, when you make this shift, that's when your dopamine behavior auto corrects itself. And that's when consistency gets locked in for real. So once you're clear on the goal, you're clear on who you need to become, and you're clear on what you're avoiding, and you're rewiring your emotional response to that work so that you're able to automatically lean in and get the job done. This is how consistent productivity becomes a normal everyday occurrence for you. It's not something that you have to struggle for. You don't have to manage your dopamine consciously. It just happens by default. And then that's when you're just automatically doing those things you already know you need to do, because now you're clear in who you are, you know exactly what you want, and you know the standard required to get there. There's alignment, and when there's alignment in your subconscious, It's you unlock effortless action. You're able to move forward and do the things that matter without resistance. And you're able to move towards your goals without overthinking, hesitating, or procrastinating. And you unlock a level of effortless focus that most people, most entrepreneurs never experience. And this is the shift that will unlock the results that you're after in business. I've seen this time and time again, not only with myself, but I've seen this with my clients. And that's why I'm making this video, because I know you watching this video needs to hear this so that you stop making the mistakes that I used to make that kept me stuck, so that you can get the results that you want and actually fix your productivity for real by working at the root, fixing the root problem. If you want my help rewiring your mind for consistent, focused execution so you triple your daily work output and scale your business faster without any burnout, book a call with me. First link in the description. Let's unlock the version of you that actually gets it done. But whatever you do, stop listening to these productivity influencers that are preaching all these surface level hacks. The real unlock is identity work. It's rewiring your subconscious and mastering your mind, becoming the person who actually deserves the outcomes that you're after. That's the real shift, because once that happens, everything else follows. I'll see you in the next one.